soon as you toss it, I'm going to go over here. Next time you talk, he's going to throw it back over. That paint.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Jimmy John's Field on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon right here in downtown Utica, Michigan for Bark in the Park, presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs. It's going to be a great game here today. It's a rematch of the opening night thriller between the Utica Unicorns and the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Oh, my partner Tom Cavanaugh. I'm Alex Johnson. Welcome into today's game. It's going to be a great one here today, Tom. It's been a lot of good baseball this past weekend. You saw the Hoppers and Beavers play last night. Both games were relatively close. Both teams came away with a win apiece. So it was just a good overall game last night, and we're looking forward to another good one here today.
Yeah, great doubleheader yesterday on Mental Health Awareness Night. Great to see those two teams compete and get their feet wet in the USPBL in 2024. As you said, two tight ball games, and just like Friday with the Unicorns and the Mammoths, I think we're going to get another close one today, but a little bit more of an offensive explosion. There were a ton of strikeouts and a lot of men left on base in the last couple of games. I think they cleaned that up today.
Yeah, the Unicorns struck out 16 times as a team. They had many chances where they left the bases loaded and came away empty-handed. Coach Jim Essie's team was trying to clean it up despite coming away with a walk-off win, a 2-1 fashion on a walk-off walk by leader Patrick Baggett.
Yep. So Baggett, I mean, he's the real deal shortstop for that Unicorn team, and they're going to try to repeat here as champions once again, but want to keep that winning streak going as the only undefeated team right now, as you mentioned. But I'm really excited to see both pitchers go today. For the Mammoths, you got Trey Cruz, the lefty, and then on the Unicorn side, you have Andrew Severini, both two highly touted prospects that are looking to push on to the next level.
Yeah, both guys also making their USPBL debut here today. We're playing a little bit of some hot weather here today for the fans here today.
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah, I know. It is just relatively hot outside here today, about 80 degrees or so. How do you think it's going to impact them here playing in the first day game of the year?
Well, I think the ball's going to jump a little bit more today, and the ball feeding out of the hand of some of these pitchers is going to be a little bit faster, so we're going to see a higher level of play throughout all of today. And like I said, we're going to get a much better offense today on both sides. Guys like Fox Liam, Alex Garbasic, Anthony Sharkus for the Mammoths, and then you talk about Francis Florentino, and then you have Patrick Baggett as well. Some other big hitters that are going to be a big impact today as well. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it as well. What are some of your other keys to the game as both teams looking to make adjustments from Friday night's game, rather? Unicorns getting that walk-off win despite not playing their best style of play, and then the Mammoths only getting 2 hits, both of them from Anthony Sharkus, and only getting 1 run on the board.
We'll start with that with the Mammoths, the home team today. Sharkus, as you said, had the only 2 hits. There's got to be some more clutch 2-out hitting for some of these Mammoths. It's been runners on second and third, 2 outs, and they haven't had that big swing to bring in some runs. So today I think they're going to make that adjustment. And then on the Unicorn side, they're going to have to minimize the strikeouts. You mentioned 16 Ks for the batters of the Unicorns. I think they're going to have more deliberate at-bats, going to be more disciplined at the plate, and are going to put together much better at-bats and score some more runs today.
Yeah, talking with both coaches, Coach Taylor Jellikowski and also assistant coach Pat Adams of the Utica Unicorns. But both teams still ready to go here today. Got their first game under their belt, and now it looks like they're going to get easing things in here today and try to get a better performance offensively for their respective teams.
Yeah, both teams, it's the first game of the season back on Friday for both these clubs. So it's going to take a game or two to be able to, get those at-bats underneath you, be able to feel that swing back in, and, really settle in here in Utica, Michigan at Jimmy John's Field.
And I'm looking forward to today. Tom, we're almost ready for first pitch here at Jimmy John's Field on this Sunday afternoon. We come back, lineups and first pitch coming up next right here on the USPBL Network.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood, because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Just like the Tigers.
Starting! I told you! Come on. I told you it's starting.
That's the Anga. So now she's gonna dorm when we sit down. So I'll just yes, that shit is bad.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
We're
racing on their bikes down just outside of the end of our street.
Last year.
Smith skies this one out into right. Long run. Able to get there is Williams Nelson. Going all the way over from second base. Calling off Fox Liam and Francis Florentino. That's just a good heads-up play by Williams Nelson.
Yeah, that's a lot of communication there from Dre. He's able to call off Liam, who he was going for a catch that would have kind of rivaled Willie Mays, and it's a much better angle for Dre Williams Nelson to get over there and make that catch. So well done communicating with his first baseman and right fielder to make that catch for two.
Cruz quickly gets back to work. This is that one low, going at 79 miles an hour. 1-0. Going back again with that off speed. A little bit of movement there. He has a circle change and a knuckle curve we talked about as his secondary pitches. To try to keep the hitters off balance, especially D Triplett. Sends this one way out foul.
Yeah, Triplett reached 4 out of the 5 times that he came up to bat on Friday. A base hit and 3 walks. So he's a very disciplined hitter, and on a swing like that, he's going to go after it, of course, and try to put that ball in the gap, but he's not going to chase anything way out of the zone.
Has a good eye right there. Cruz thought that was going to be a called strike, but it's now 3 balls and a strike on Triplett. The 3-1. Gotten to miss there. He took a big crack at it. Got nothing to show for it. And he runs the count full.
That's the type of swing you got to have on 3-1. I mean, these guys are here to impress. And swings like that, if he makes contact, boy, will that show some people what he's all about.
Cruz gets set for the payoff pitch. And missed outside. Ball 4. Went fastball at 89. Triplett did not go after it and gets rewarded with another base on balls.
4 walks in D Triplett's first 6 plate appearances. That's incredible. And that's fouling pitches off, getting your pitch. And if you're not going to get a good one, boy, he's going to hop down to first base with a base on balls.
Now taking a big swing and a miss. There is Jared Weber.
Weber 1 for 5 on Friday. He had a base hit back in the 2nd inning and a couple of pop outs as well. He put 3 balls in the air, adding with the strikeout.
And that one down the middle, going back over to first. Zach Beadle, quick throw to Fox Liam. Triplett able to get there standing up.
Yeah, we saw it from Ray Torres IV of the Birmingham Beavers yesterday. He had a gun for an arm, and so does Zach Beadle behind the plate. That was on a knee, a little dart throw on one hop down to Liam at first. We're going to see Beadle have to show off that arm throughout today's game.
0-2 pitch coming, swing and a miss. Going down, swinging is Jared Weber, and Trey Cruz does a good job after allowing a 2-out walk, getting Jared Weber down swinging. We head to the bottom of the first, no score when we come back here on the USPBL Network.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, And some say our business is all about money. But that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Slide into a new home.
Welcome back, everyone. The Utica Unicorns getting out on defense here on the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at Taylor Jellikowski's batting order for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Leading off will be the shortstop, Alex Garbasic, then followed by Anthony Sharkus, who had the 2 hits for the Mammoths on Friday. He's in the DH spot. Fox Liam over at first base. And in the cleanup spot, Francis Florentino in right. He'll be followed by the former Unicorn, Nick Pastore in center. Then Dre Williams Nelson at second. Colby Seltzer will get his first at-bat here of the season, batting 7th of the hot corner. Zach Beadle behind the dish batting 8th, and rounding out the lineup is Jose Cedeno. They're facing Andrew Severini, making his first appearance on the season and in the USPBL in his debut.
This was the next step for Severini after having a pretty good year in the WAC at Madonna University back in 2023.
Both former Crusaders facing against each other as Garbasic sends that one foul.
Yeah, these are the type of at-bats that you see in fall ball. When guys are preparing for the season, you'll see inter-squad scrimmages. So Madonna came together, and they would have a guy like Severini pitch against one of Madonna's best, and this has happened before.
0-2 pitch coming. Had some good movement on that one at 77. Just was a tad inside.
Garbasic was 0 for 4 back on Friday. Hit the ball hard twice, right back up the middle. Line shot to the pitcher, and a double play chance right at second base on the screws for him.
1-2 pitch coming. Sends one over the head of Patrick Baggett into left. And that one gets past the left fielder Smith. Garbasic rounding second. He's going to try to go to third. The throw and the tag, not in time. They didn't get him. Heads up base running by Alex Garbasic as Joe Smith lost the ball and left. And Garbasic makes it all the way to third on that play.
Nice base running from Alex and a missed play from Smith. That can't happen out in left field.
Take a look at the starting defense for the Unicorns, presented by 3-Dimensional Services. Joseph Smith out in left, Seth Gergely in center, Sam Baduras in right, and Patrick Baggett over at short, Jared Weber at third, and then over at second base is Sherman Martin, and then Triplett at first, and behind the dish is Alex Crump. So the Unicorns just got to recover from that after that error by Smith.
That gave up 2 bases right there. It's just going to be a single for Garbasic, and Smith went down to his right knee to try to keep that ball in front and keep it at a single, but it just snuck under his glove and between his legs. Garbasic way too fast. He's going to take extra bases whenever he can.
Yeah, good opportunity early on, as that's a chopper by Anthony Sharkus on one hop. Baggett throws it over to Triplett for the out. But Garbasic scores, and early on it's 1-0 Mammoths.
That's a couple of Crusaders right there getting the job done for the Woolly Mammoths. Garbasic with the single, able to pick up a couple extra bases with that error. And Sharkus does his job, doesn't need to hit the ball out of the park, but a high chopping ground ball that gets past the pitcher's mound, that gets it done. 1-0 Westside.
And hoping they can get on the right path here today. You know, they started off the game with the lead, thanks to Anthony Sharkus back in that 5th inning, who reached on an error that scored the lone run for Westside. Hopefully the offensive production can produce here, especially with the top 4 guys here, Garbasic, Sharkus, Liam, and Florentino. Your main 4 for Jellikowski's squad. As Fox Liam, this is that one. low from Severini. 2 balls and no strikes.
A little bit of housekeeping for all you fans out there keeping track of the numbers of these players. Fox Liam on home game days will be wearing number 1. For when they are the visitors, he's going to be wearing number 25. So don't be surprised if you see both numbers.
Rips that one down the first base line, foul. Right past the infield umpire.
And Nick Kubitsky had to dive out of the way there like the Matrix. Liam ripped that ball at about 100 miles an hour exit velo, and that's just the type of swing you're going to get out of Fox. He likes to pull that ball to right field, to the right side entirely, but it doesn't mean he can't go the opposite way. He's a full field hitter.
Severini again, a good one to hit at 92. He goes back to the fastball at 86, but this one's just a tapper. Woolly Mammoths in their home whites. All in white here today with the jerseys and the pants and then the blue sleeves. Unicorns, all purple on the jersey and then gray pants here today. Short stance for Liam as he sees that one go inside to him at 87. And he's now on a 3-2 count.
Yeah, Fox had a couple of foul balls. He missed that one on the 2-1 pitch that he tapped away back towards the screen. And Severini's going to give him some good here. Doesn't want to put another base runner on as it's already 1-0.
Pitch number 13 coming from Severini. And Fox Liam keeps battling.
Fox with a pair of walks back on Friday, but 0 for 2 other than that. And he's the type of guy that can put that ball out onto the stage in right center field and all the way out to the batter's eye, 395 in center field. He's got a lot of pop.
He had 5 homers last season as he sends that one off again. Now coming from the University of Missouri, also played at Coastal Carolina and North Iowa Area Community College. I mentioned hitting just 289 in his 30 games he played. He joined in mid to late June for Westside.
He made an impact quickly, though, and he's in that starting lineup here in that 3 spot.
And Severini misses that one again. Was trying to go off speed at 78. Liam didn't bite.
That's a great at-bat from Fox Liam. He saw multiple challenge pitches low and inside on the hands, did Fox, and he battled, fouled a few of them off, and took that off-speed outside. 1 out base runner, heck of an at-bat, and those are the type of impressive at-bats. Even though it wasn't a loud swing, scouts are looking at something like that where you're able to work a count.
And you don't have to be flashy every single time, you know. At bats like this that don't on the stat sheet aren't really noticed, but like when you see them in person.
Oh yeah, a lot of those scouts. I mean, they look at a lot more than just the numbers on a stat sheet. That's for sure.
Now facing off here is Francis Florentino. Going to be tough for Severini. And this 2-0 count, falling behind here. Mammoth scoring on RBI ground out by Sharkus. Garbasic started off the game with a single reach on an error by Smith, and that one just got Florentino. So now 2 on and only 1 out.
And that pitch not coming in too hot. It was a breaking ball that just came out of the hand weird of Severini, and Florentino not bothered by it whatsoever. He's going to jog on down to first in those neon batting gloves.
This is not what the Unicorns had in mind.
Got time right now.
Yeah, Pastor calling it here. You just got to calm down here if you're the Unicorns. Some mistakes early on here, and
yeah, it's just been that one booted ball and then a couple of a walk and a hit by pitch. So other than that, it's been clean ball.
All the way out in foul territory. Weber couldn't track it down.
And Alex, we've seen over the last couple of days multiple corner infielders trying to range into foul territory over towards the dugouts and make a play on a foul ball, but they seem to overrun the baseball more times than not. And that is because that baseball, when it comes off the bat, it's having some tailspin that returns the ball fading back towards fair play. So some of these guys that see that ball starting to fade away, just know it's going to come right back at you towards that foul line.
Especially with that wind as well. Goes on 1 hop, could be 2. Back it over to Martin. Back over to Triplet in time. The 6-4-3 to end the inning. The Unicorns are happy about that. They desperately needed that. They do allow the 1 run, and the Mammoths on the board early. We'll see how Utica responds when we come back here on the USPBL Network. Don't go anywhere.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
With a transforming world, we can see how drastically the world is heading towards automation. And so, we need 24/7 surveillance and security systems for our homes and businesses to avoid any theft or breach of privacy. JARPCOM brings the installation of security cameras to the tip of your fingers with our state-of-the-art mobile app. JARPCOM also provides surveillance monitoring of your entire property with flexible options that offer a dependable solution to be scaled to fit any domestic or commercial need. Contact JARPCOM today for a free estimate at 800-369-0374 or look us up on the web at jarpcom.com.
Second inning we go here at Jimmy John's Field. It's a 1-0 advantage for Westside over Utica here on this Bark in the Park day, presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs. Alex Johnson, Tom Cavanaugh with you for the call. Mammoths got on the board after a couple of mistakes by the Unicorns out there at left field by Joe Smith, who misplayed the ball off the bat of Alex Garbasic. And if you're Utica, you're really happy on how the inning ended out with that double play that was off of the bat of Nick Pastor.
It was a quick fix. Andrew Severini gave up that walk. It was a grind of an at-bat against Fox Liam and then hits Florentino on just the third pitch. I mean, he did a great job of rolling that double play and gets himself out of a jam. Well done from Andrew.
5, 6, and 7 as Cruz gets back on the hill and takes the strike to Seth Gurgley. Gurgley was 0 for 3 on Friday. Takes a big swing and a miss with the fastball at 88.
And those type of pitches that led to 16 strikeouts from the Unicorns on Friday night. Those high fastballs that are tough to lay off, but just coming up empty.
0-2 pitch coming. He fouls that one off. He's been going all fastball here for Cruz.
Cruz just 23 years of age, coming out of Valrico, Florida, spent time at both Northern Colorado, Belmont Abbey, and then also in a couple of different summer leagues.
There's a good swing on that one, but in shallow left. Had a good knock on it, but called in by Jose Cedeno for the out.
Cruz looking like he's dominating some of these hitters right now. Just has that one hiccup walk to D Triplett, but we know how well D is at being able to draw a base on balls. So other than that, it's been really good stuff. All of the recorded outs in the field have been in the air. Baduras, Smith, and Gurgley have all put the ball in the air for outs today.
We'll see what changes here. This is going to be the first ground ball out here. Seltzer high throw to Fox Liam, able to get him in time. A little bit of a bobble over there at third by Seltzer. Realized he had enough time. It was just a high throw to Fox Liam. Somehow got the tag on Tyler Shin.
Nice play by Seltzer. I mean, he knew that ball was hit hard enough at him that even with a bobble, he had time to throw to first. Now, he might have rushed the toss a little bit towards the end, which led to it being high and wide, but the big, wide Fox Liam's able to make the catch and swipe in for the tag. Nice job from the corner infielders of the Mammoths.
Yeah, that could have been some trouble. Could have been an errant throw over by the Utica dugout, and it would have been standing at second base as Shin, but instead, 2 quick outs for the Unicorns.
Mental and physical errors are 2 things that are going to separate the winning and the losing teams of this league this year.
Patrick Baggett sends that one foul down the first base line.
Got to talk with Patrick yesterday. So a lot of these guys will they're working here at Jimmy John's on their off days trying to make some extra money while they're playing in this independent ball league. And I love that. Patrick, smile on his face every single day. One of the nicest kids I've met here on any team.
Ground ball Good backhand play by Alex Garbasic. High throw again to Fox Liam. This time, unable to get the tag.
You see what they give him right there. I think it might be a little bit of a wide error throw on Alex Garbasic, but making Fox Liam work over there at first base on the last two batters.
Yeah, unable to get him that time. Just some of those mistakes right there and on back-to-back plays. Something Taylor Jellikowski will have to keep an eye on as he looks at his defense here today, and he'll try to recover from Friday night's loss. As a big swing and miss by the man who tied it up in the 8th inning on Friday, Sherman Martin III.
Yeah, it was just that one hit for Sherman. He had 3 strikeouts to go with that triple, but in that 4th at-bat, he does, as you said, tie the ball game up, and that's all that matters. So, hey, he's looking to bounce back here in Game 2, even though he did have the big swing, but just staying consistent and putting balls in play on the barrel.
One missed high, 2-1. Well, Patrick Baggett does have speed. He doesn't have too much of a leadoff right here. Not much, but we'll see what they can do here. Both sides were aggressive on Friday, nonetheless. Martin fouls that one off away.
Yeah, it's really tough against a guy like Trey Cruz, who has a pretty solid move over to first base. It's tough to get a big lead. You saw right there as Baggett was starting to lead off, as Cruz went to pitch, Baggett took a step back to first. So he's being conservative over there, making sure he's not picked off. Now he goes.
2 outs. There he goes now. Beetle with the throw. That one gets out into center field, but not deep enough for Baggett to advance. And it will go down as a stolen base for Baggett. And you got to keep an eye on him. And he's able to read it at the right time. It was a low pitch by Cruz.
Patrick is the type of guy that, even with a small lead, he can still swipe a bag. And that throw from Beetle just across on the opposite side of the second base, and that's what led to it trickling into center.
Now Cruz is getting into a little bit of a jam now. Now he's over 30 pitches as he walks Martin. And going back to Baggett, I know you were talking about him before he reached on base on that error, about how some of these guys, working out either in concessions or working around the ballpark. Brian Schellenberger of the Hoppers, he was working on Friday night and also working here today. So many of these guys, helping out here at the USPBL, off the field.
Yeah, they're staying with their host families. A lot of guys are not from this area. So out of the kindness of their hearts, families around this area will take in some of the players and be host families, just like a lot of the collegiate leagues that you see all around the country. And part of that as well, sorry Alex, is just the fact that they're able to be a part of the USPBL, not only just on the field, but also being able to make some cash as well and work for the organization.
That's just really cool to see. Alex Crump steps into the batter's box, and Cruz was just walking off the mound thinking that was strike 3.
Yeah, barely below the zone by about 0.7 of an inch right there.
Yeah, and right there on his fastball at 89. Could have gone either way depending on what the home plate umpire sees as a ball or strike. This one's in play, right over to Colby Seltzer. Takes a second to throw over to Fox Liam to make an accurate throw to him to retire the side. Well, the Utica Unicorns strand 2, unable to get anything across. The Mammoths still lead 1-0 when we come back right here on the USPBL Network.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Today's game on the USPBL Network is presented by Bell's Brewing. For the past 25 years, Bell's Brewing has been inspiring to crew beers that you can count on, not just for taste, but for quality as well. From 200 Ale to Oberon to new classics, official hazy IPA, or the easy drink in Golden Ale, Bell's has brewed inspired beers since 1985. Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. Please drink responsibly. The Utica Unicorns trailing 1-0 to the Westside Woolly Mammoths in this rematch of the opening day game. As we take a look at some of the fans out here enjoying this hot, sunny day here at the ballpark. The first afternoon game on the season.
It's good to see all the fans out here on a Sunday after church, being able to soak in the 90-degree weather that we're sitting with here, with a lot of youngsters watching the ball game in all their different USPBL hats. And it's just a great day for baseball. Alex, I love coming to the ballpark every single day, and I can't believe we get to do this for our job, you know?
Yeah, it's a really fun time, you know, especially on the Sunday afternoon. No fans coming over from their morning activities, or going out to breakfast, and things like that. No family time on Sundays. As Dre Williams-Nelson leads it off. Severini lost control of that one. That one goes behind Alex Crump. 2 balls and no strikes.
He just yanked it across his body. Those type of pitches are going to happen. And, you know, we've seen a few of those today with that very short backstop. It's not the end of the world if the ball sneaks by the catcher.
2-0 pitch, able to get in control of that one with the fastball right at the inside part of the plate at 91 on the gun.
Excited to see how Dre responds. He was 0 for 3 with a walk back on Friday in the opening game.
Fouls that one away. Was able to talk with him on Friday, and he was just really happy to be back, and he was happy to see the players again, his teammates from last year, and it was a blast, you know, for the team. And take a look at the fans over there on the berm out there in right. They got time called at home plate.
Yeah, catcher for the Unicorns, Alex Crump, is need to go back over to his dugout and maybe fix a string in his glove, or maybe switch out gloves. We saw him toying with that leather for a moment, and he's going to go talk with head coach Jim Essien, and I think he's going to exchange mitts. Yes, he will. So that'll happen from time to time. Obviously, a catcher is receiving and catching every pitch around anywhere from 85 to 90 miles an hour, so there's some wear and tear on those strings of the leather, and Crump's going to need to just exchange for his other mitt. Every catcher's got 2 or 3, you know, because stuff like that does happen, and you have to be prepared.
Yeah, just some good work there by Crump. No, he one of the returners in the organization, you know, playing for the Beavers last season. Severini gets set with the 2-2, and that one did not hit Williams-Nelson. Oh, yeah, it did. It looked like he stood there for just a second. That one went behind him.
No, he was just unaffected by the pitch. It was another breaking ball out of the hand of Severini that he lost. He got Florentino. He tagged him back in the first inning, and this time another grip change that just might have came out a little funky, and that's what led to Dre Williams-Nelson getting plunked there. So right now, Andrew has controlled the fastball well, but it seems like his off-speed, he's not executing just as well because it's kind of feeding out of the hand on the arm side, and it's hit 2 right-handed hitters so far today.
And we'll see how Severini adjusts that. As his pitch count is at 24, he throws it over to Triplett at first base.
Yeah, it's a small adjustment that guys can make on the mound. It's a pitch that Severini throws very often, so it's just a grip from either the ball or maybe some dirt or something, being able to change that up and get some good grip on it.
Colby Salter's now at the dish. He played 29 games last season for the Woolly Mammoths. Hit 148 with 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. He did have a game-tying home run against the Diamond Hoppers in late July, which was one of his highlights of the season last year.
Colby had quite the odyssey in college. Spent time at Tarleton State from 2019 to 2022. Also at North Central Texas College, that's a junior college school. And then Hardin-Simmons, Division III in Texas. So a lot of different stops for Seltzer along the way, but he plays a very clean third base. He's getting his first at-bat right here.
0-2 pitch coming. Severini missed that one high at 91. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Seltzer. Leadoff man Nelson on at first. They throw back over to him. That's a second pickoff attempt in this at bat, so Severini has to be careful.
The Unicorns, they tested in Patrick Baggett. They tested the arm of Zach Beadle last half inning. Let's see what they do with Crump behind the dish here and Williams Nelson at first.
And he's run up on strike 3. Colby Seltzer can't believe it, but that is the first strikeout of Andrew Severini's USPBL career.
Well done from Andrew right there. Snapped that in right on the inside corner. That one was in there for strike 3 for sure. But, I mean, like we said, it's his first at-bat, Seltzer's, and he's going to have a lot more over the next couple of weeks and the next several months as we go throughout this season. We've mentioned multiple times, only 19 players on the roster for both teams here today, so a lot of opportunities to be had.
Swing and a foul tip on Zach Beadle, another former Madonna Crusader on this team. He hit .207 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs in 34 games last season for Coach Jellikowski. Went to Plymouth High School. So a guy near in the Metro Detroit area.
Beadle's a heck of a ball player. He spent his entire career over at Madonna, played in the Northwoods League back in 2021. That's a very highly touted summer collegiate league. Played for the Duluth Huskies. And also, he was part of the, as you mentioned, USPBL last year, so getting his first taste of independent ball in 2023.
And the Madonna Crusaders always been a good program. Making it to at least the conference tournament championship since the 2017-18 season.
Yeah, Indiana Tech just bested them out this year, and they made the national tournament.
Some smaller good competition as well. Zach Beadle gives this one for a ride out to left, but it takes a hop in front of Smith. And Westside is cooking things up here with 2 on and 1 out.
Nice swing from Zach, and that's just what he does. He'll take that ball low and outside and rope it into left field. Great job in Beadle's first at-bat of this season, but he's no stranger to the USPBL. That was a hanging breaking ball that he just poked out there to left. Nice swing.
Yeah, those are really tough to hit at, especially off speed. Some guys just don't get the right timing on it, but with Zach Beadle, it was just below the zone. You get a big swing there by Jose Cedeno, and you see guys at times get comfortable, especially with the fastball. But if you're able to swing on a secondary pitch from a guy in the high 70s or low 80s, it makes yourself more marketable. And Zach Beadle has been working on that, and for all these guys as well. So
yeah, having a huge separation in speeds between your fastball and your off-speed pitches, I mean, that's huge because guys don't know what's coming, and it's 2 completely different timings, as you mentioned.
Severini takes a strike as Cedeno looks at it.
I was watching Cedeno hitting the cages behind left field, and he almost tore the cover off the baseball. He's got a ton of power and a very, very fast bat.
Going to be an interesting player to watch as he swings and misses.
That was nasty.
Got him there at 85 miles an hour. Severini with his second punch out. Turns it back over to Alex Garbasic.
Garbs with a nice swing his first time. Line drive out to left field. Came around to score on the Sharkus ground out, but with his speed, he took 2 extra bases on that knock to left as it snuck under the glove of the Unicorn left fielder.
Garbasic got a single and reached to third on an error by Smith. Oh, 1 pitch coming. Got way below the zone. Garbasic went after it. No balls and 2 strikes.
That's some filthy stuff from Severini. He is starting to pick up that off speed a lot more towards the back half of this second inning. And we remember he plunked Dre Williams-Nelson to start the frame, who's down at second. But since then, 2 strikeouts and 1 base hit. But that off speed's looked much better.
0-2. Garbasic on the ground. Good stop there by Weber. He's going to throw it over to Triplett for the out. Westside strands 2 of their own. Still have a 1-0 advantage over the Utica Unicorns as we head to the top of the third. We'll be back for more action. This is your home of USPBL baseball.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Get ready to start inning number 3 of play here on this Sunday matinee between Westside and Utica here on Bark in the Park Day, presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you. The Mammoths on a 1-0 lead. It was an RBI ground out by Sharkus that brought in Alex Garbasic in. And well, so far, Trey Cruz has been really showing here for the Woolly Mammoths. It's going to be the top of the order for the Unicorns, and they're looking to get an answer here the second time around off of Trey Cruz of Westside.
Baduras had a really nice swing his first time. Deep fly ball out to right field, hit it to the warning track. He's seeing the ball a lot better here in day 2.
Looked like I'm inside at 79. Could have gone either way, but home plate umpire called the ball 2.
Yeah, upper outer corner, that one just missing. Trey Cruz has looked very comfortable on the mound today. Oh, I got a piece of Beatles mask on that foul ball. He looks to be just fine. I mean, he's a catcher, you know, they're tough. he's gonna shake that off immediately.
Yeah, just coming right at you there. That one at 85. Well, not super fast, but
yeah, it's still from that close of distance, that feels like 110, I tell you what.
He slows it down a bit. Cruz going off speed at 3-1.
It's dangerous stuff with those foul balls. San Francisco Giants starting catcher, he just was sidelined with a concussion a couple weeks ago for taking a foul ball off the mask.
Oh, wow. Those are tough, and it's now 3-2 here on the leadoff man, Sam Baduras. Sends this one out into right center. Florentino calling for it, but good job right there out in center, calling him off. Nick Pastor.
That was anybody's ball right there. Florentino had the beat on it originally, but your center fielder, if he calls for it, if you're the right fielder, you have to taper off and stay away from that baseball and let your center fielder take it. I mean, he's the captain of the outfield, and if he calls for it, he's going to take the ball the same way a shortstop calls for the ball on the infield around the rest of his infielders.
Yeah, just good communication out there. really important to have that. We've stressed that a lot over the last few days.
Yeah, we saw that pop out to the right side by Joe Smith, who's up at the dish right now. Communication from Dre Williams-Nelson.
Got him right there. It's another hit by pitch here today. Only the first one for Cruz, as his pitch count sits at 43.
Excited to see what D Triplett does here. We talked about it. He's walked 4 times in his first 6 plate appearances. And Joe Smith at first stole 2 bases back on Friday. So D might take a few here and let Smith try to swipe second base. Or he might go after one of the first couple pitches. Triplett's going to get something good after he walked the first time, because Trey Cruz on the mound knows that. He knows he lost a lefty-on-lefty matchup here against Triplett, and he wants revenge right now.
Yeah, Triplett is hungry for a hit. He sends a chopper slowly over to Garbasic. Only has 1 play to Fox Liam for the for sure out. It would have been difficult to get the force out at second base, so you get the for sure out at first, and smart decision there by Garbasic.
Yeah, as Alex is fielding that ground ball, his momentum is taking him towards first base, and he crossed right in front of second base between the mound and second. So if Garbs even wanted to try to go to second, he'd have to turn around 180 degrees and flip to second. That wasn't feasible.
Weber stretches that one out, foul. That one goes into the stands.
Yeah, Alex, there's been times when I've been driving on Auburn Road right here that sits right next to Jimmy John's Field, and just hoping I don't catch a foul ball on my windshield that's coming over from the edge of the stadium.
Yeah, you're just relatively close to it. You maybe not expect a ball to come out that way, but...
No, it's like when you're driving past a golf course. Someone shanks a drive, and it fades wide right, and it may end up on the street.
Skies this one way up in the air. Going into the outfield grass, Alex Garbasic. Good call for it on that. And that's our 5th third bank, 5th third out of the game. 1-0 Mammoths as we head to the home half of the 3rd inning. Been a good one here so far. And now it is time to see JJ the Water Boy. And JJ the Water Boy is sponsored, as always, by Michigan First Credit Union. He always makes sure our umpires are hydrated and ready to go. Now he gets a nice treat to fuel him up for the rest of the game. When we come back, the Unicorns, and when we come back, the Mammoths, rather, we're going to try to add on to this 1-0 advantage over the Utica Unicorns and come back right here on the USPBL Network.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We got a new pitcher for the Utica Unicorns, Alex Lilja. Going to be on the hill, coming in relief for the starter, Andrew Severini. Only 2 innings of work from him here today. Allowed that 1 run on the second batter of the game of Anthony Sharkus on the RBI ground out, but nonetheless a good performance. With a debut for Andrew Severini. Got into a little bit of some trouble, but he was able to pick himself right back up and have a good outing for him here today.
Yeah, Severini showed his stuff early on. He had a little bit of trouble with the off-speed, being able to grip that and throw it for a strike as he plunked two different guys with it. But a lot of weak contact. I think Garbasic, he had the only really loud swing of the day, and it was only a base hit out to left, but Garbasic took third after a booted ball in left. And everything else, you have two strikeouts for Severini, did a pretty good job, rolled a 6-4-3 double play, had one walk, but an overall good outing, and it's only 1-0 as Alex Lilja hits the mound. And Alex, he pitched once already this year back on Friday. He was second in relief behind Matt Colucci. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 run, walked 4, and faced 6 total batters. So Lilja in his first outing had a little bit of a trouble being able to throw strikes here, and I'd like to see him make an adjustment. I think he does here in his second chance.
Yeah, I think, playing in that first game, you're trying to get all the nerves out, and you're trying to get back into the swing of things. Something we mentioned throughout the entire weekend, especially for the first time for these players coming back out to play. So now you got a game underneath you. We'll see if Lilja responds after allowing 4 walks in that run, as Sharkus sends this one out deep into right center. But a good job hauling it in, Sam Baduris, for a long out that went 324 feet.
A nice swing there from Anthony. It was a little bit high in the air. If it was more on a line, he might have extra bases in the gap there. But Sharkus is going to continue to swing the bat well and catch barrels. That's one thing that he does so well, so consistently, is have good, solid contact. He's not a high strikeout guy, and neither is Fox Liam right here, who walked his first time up.
Yeah, Fox Liam is going to be another guy that we're going to keep an eye on throughout the course of the season as he gets hit right there.
That was 88, splitting the numbers. That was right in the back, and from our seat up here in the press box, Alex, we heard that plunk. Boy, that kind of hurt me, man. Holy cow.
And that just got a sting, but Liam is going to take his time over the first base.
A couple of free passes today for Fox. A walk and then plunked on the first pitch by Lilja. And Alex on the mound, he threw his very first pitch of the inning in that left-handed batter's box. So he starts out the second batter in Fox Liam with a blistering fastball right between the numbers.
And those are always tough. Not what you had in mind, especially for a pitcher. Maybe just miscommunication with the catcher as he lost track of that one way out of the zone. Alex Crump had to go up for it.
It's now 3 different Mammoths have been hit by a pitch today. That was the first one that was a fastball, though. Florentino at the dish was hit by a pitch on an off-speed from Severini back in the first.
1-0 offering here. Rips this one out into left center. That one going to drop in the grass by Joe Smith. So it's going to be a single. That one dropped in before it went into the glove of Joe Smith.
What a play. I mean, not the best decision from Joe Smith right there to dive for a line drive right there, thinking he could catch it, but heck of a play. I mean, he's able to snag that glove save and keep it in front. Alex, if that ball goes behind Smith right there, it's a triple, maybe an inside the park home run for Florentino. Well done from Joe Smith out there and left to keep that in front.
Yeah, absolutely right there, especially he misplayed the ball on the first play of the game off the bat of Alex Garbasic, and he going all the way to third on that play.
That was a run-saving play right there, but also he could have elected to take a step back and field it on one hop. Instead, he makes that glove save with the left hand.
You do like the effort, though.
100%, 100%. Because you want to try to get the out originally, but if you can realize before that ball reaches you, hey, I'm going to have a chance at catching this on the dive, or that ball's got too much top spin and it's going to land in front of me, that's a decision that's got to be made very quickly, but regardless, he still made a great play on that snag on one hop.
Now 2-0 pitch coming here to Nick Pastor. And Lilja just falling behind here once again.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're working behind hitters. Guys that start out 2-0, 3-0, it's always tough to battle back, and it makes your job a lot harder on the mound.
Needs to throw one down the middle. Got him right there, 3-1. Nick Pastor with runners on first and second. Only one out for Westside. The 3-1 pitch fouls that one off. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the number 5 hitter, Nick Pastor, one of the members of the championship team last year. Trying to create some offense, and he's not going to be able to. That one's missed by Lilja, and the second free pass of the inning. And now in this bases loaded situation, and it looks like Coach Jim Essian is going to make a pitching change. So Lilja faces 4 batters, and now the Unicorns are going to have to clean things up here with this pitching change. When we come back, it's a 1-0 lead for the Mammoths, trying to tack on more. We'll be back after this.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Matt Colucci comes in for his second appearance on the season, trying to get out of this mess for the Utica Unicorns, trailing by 1 right now to the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Alex Lilja came into the game at the start of this inning in relief for the starter Andrew Severini here, Tom, and the Unicorns. What do you think they got to do here with Dre Williams-Nelson at the plate to try to either get a double play ball or try to limit the damage as much as possible if they're able to get a run on the board?
Ground ball, double play, or an infield pop-up for an infield fly. That's the best you can do right here, as well as a strikeout. Last time Colucci was back on Friday. He pitched a perfect 4th inning. He struck out 1, faced 3 total batters, set them all down in order. Expect a lot from Colucci here, but he's coming in a tough situation.
Sends that one over the head of Nelson, but Crump able to keep it in the area, not that one go to the backstop.
Williams-Nelson hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning.
Takes a big swing and a miss on the fastball at 89. That was at the low inside corner.
Final line for both Severini and Lilja. Andrew Severini finished 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Lilja just a third of an inning with 1 hit and 1 walk, no runs.
Sends that one foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Williams-Nelson. A man from Houston, Texas, and the former draft pick from the Los Angeles Angels back in the 2018 draft, 14th round pick. That one bounces into the dirt. Good stop by Crump.
Unbelievable block from Alex Crump. That ball had some crazy spin after it hit the dirt. That was a slide piece coming out of the hand of Colucci. So when the ball hit the dirt, it ricocheted and took a bounce a little bit to a 45-degree angle to the right side of your screen. And Crump is able to make the adjustment, have those cat-like reflexes, and slide over to block that ball in front. Well done by the Unicorn catcher.
Keeps it where it is. Good check Swain. Try to go for two. Martin to bag it to Triplett in time. They got him. 4-6-3 double play. The Unicorns get out of the jam. Great work by Matt Colucci and his defense to keep the Mammoths off the board. It's still a 1-0 game as we head to the fourth. We'll see how Utica responds here after this. This is your home of USPBL Baseball.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time at Jimmy John's Field experiencing another exciting baseball game. This ballpark is one of many quality of life recreational assets Macomb County has to offer. And as you leave here today, let me invite you to explore Macomb County's diverse range of outdoor assets by visiting MakeMacombYourHome.com. You'll find the Macomb County's trails are open year-long and available for walking, running, biking, as well as paddling along the Clinton River. In Macomb County, there is something for everyone. Find out more about Macomb County's 4 seasons of fun by visiting MakeMacombYourHome.com. Now let's play ball.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's, $5 off orders of.
Welcome back, everyone. We got a new pitcher on the mound. It's going to be Trey Jones on the bump here, coming in relief for the starter here today, Trey Cruz.
Trey Jones standing at about 6'1", 185, the 24-year-old. Trey Jones at 6'1", 185, 24-year-old coming out of Bruton Parker. That is a NAIA school out in Georgia. He played his best year of summer collegiate ball back in 2021 as he posted a 1.96 ERA in 42 innings for the Palm Beach Extreme in the South Florida Collegiate League, very highly touted Southern Collegiate League, and he played 5 full years between 2018 to 2022 at Bruton Parker, and he was pretty solid there as well, posting a 5.8 ERA in those 5 years.
Jones gets set here. Going to be interesting to see what he's going to be able to do here. Coach Jellikowski was really happy to see of what he did, in spring training. As our pitching change, sponsored by Renewal by Anderson, full service window and door replacement. 0-2 pitch coming as Gurgley sends that one out of play.
And this is exactly what head coach Taylor Jellikowski wanted to see out of his Mammoths, filling up the strike zone here. It was a great job from Trey Cruz. He went 3 full innings, walked 2, and gave up no hits. He was really nice. And the other Trey Jones, trying to follow that up as well.
0-2 pitch coming. Chopper right over to second base on a hop. Just an easy play over to Fox Liam for the 4-3 ground out.
And Jones working first base side of that rubber. He's got a pretty nice fastball, and we're going to see that breaking ball as well, slider and curve throughout today. So be aware as Jones starts to mix in that off-speed stuff with a fastball sitting around 88 to 90 miles an hour.
And Coach Taylor Jalikowski was able to talk with him and Trey Cruz before the game. Talk with Trey, not Trey Jones, rather. So he's to mix those players up. But Taylor Jalikowski just happy to see how both guys, Jones and Cruz here today, getting their first appearance in the USPBL, and he's excited about what he has to the table. He had a really good pitching staff last season and returned a lot of guys, most of them on offense, but the guys he's able to bring in, he always does a great job of trying to put himself ahead of the pack.
If you're trying to go the distance and win this whole thing this year, you got to have the pitching to go along with the bats. And by the way, he's throwing 93 miles an hour. I said 88 to 90. I apologize, Trey Jones. You're throwing heat out there, big fella.
Well, trying to make his presence known here. Well, we've seen a lot of guys, early on come out of the gates, throwing out a 95, 96. We saw that with Pierce Banks yesterday of the Diamond Hoppers. He was able to get the job done for Eastside to get their first win in Game 2 last night. This one hop again, charging over is Williams Nelson, falling down on the base. Just lost where he was.
I think he might have tripped on that infield grass, or maybe even the inside that base path. You see right now he's going to try to clean up that base path. He did not hit the base. So he was about 2 or 3 steps in front of second base, and he just kind of tripped himself up on that base path there. So it's a tough play to make. Dre Williams-Nelson was going to have to throw on the run across his body and just got clipped up there on the foot. We'll see what they rule it there. Likely an infield hit. It will be the first hit of the day for the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, off the bat of Tyler Shin, and those are just tough to play, especially in how much the grounds crew has to work on it, to get the field ready. And there's going to be some spots there that the players have to keep an eye on.
It's all about playing your position, making sure you keep those mental notes for that terrain around you, whether it's a sprinkler head behind in the outfield or if it's some uneven turf and some grass on the infield in the dirt.
And we saw them prepping it up before the game after the 2 games last night. And it's used a lot, not just with the league, and they open it up to the high school teams around here. A lot of games going on here over the last few weeks. And
Patrick Baggett, as we saw him facing the lefty Trey Cruz, he was in the right-handed batter's box. Patrick's a switch hitter, so he's batting from the left side here against the righty Jones.
Yeah, just interesting to see. We don't get to see a lot of guys, switch hitting anymore as he takes ball 4.
He reaches for the second time today. He's also got a stolen bag.
Just over there at first base with Jim Essien, and just a really good guy in general. He was up there, on the second level, cooking, selling hot dogs over there, grilling them up, and giving back over to the USPBL and to the fans who come out and watch the games. Always good to interact with the players and get to know them. As Sherman Martin shows bunt, we haven't seen a lot of that this year. Players going out for a bunt. A little bit of small ball.
That's a part of the game that scouts are looking for as well, but these guys definitely want to hit. I mean, this is summer baseball right now, and they want to try to clobber a couple pitches over that 395 fence in center field.
Since that one fouled, there was only one sacrifice bunt all last season. There were some other bunt singles that could have happened in there that weren't recorded, but very few and far between. It's just a part of the game that probably is forgotten about, but
it depends on the coach. Some guys like to play small ball. Some, they're going to let their guys swing it.
We'll see what he does here at the 0-2. Probably go normal here. Instead, he takes a pitch that was just a bit up high, 1-2.
That was the fastest pitch coming in for Trey Jones. He is continuing to up that velocity. 94 miles an hour right there on the corner, just missing. Sherman Martin, he's going to want to see that again and time it up.
He got a free pass his first time up. Runners on first and second, only 1 out for the Unicorns, trailing by 1, trying to get on the board here in the 4th inning. 1-2 pitch coming, swing and a miss. Good job by Trey Jones to retire Martin at 91 on the gun for out number 2.
That pitch couldn't have been placed any better. That was right on the black outside corner, low and out. And one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit is a 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the lower outer corner. Oh, my goodness. Nothing you can do there if you're Sherman Martin III. He was either going to foul it off and just get a piece, or he's coming up empty, and that's what happened. First strikeout of the day for Trey Jones.
Trying to keep the heat up here as he faces the number 9 hitter, Alex Crump. Grounded to third his first time up. Swings at the first pitch. Seltzer lends it over to Fox Liam for the routine ground out. The Unicorns strand 2 more. It's been a story here throughout these first 2 games. However, still only down 1. Heading to the home half of the 4th. We'll be back after this right here on the USPBL Network.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time at Jimmy John's Field experiencing another exciting baseball game. This ballpark is one of many quality of life recreational assets Macomb County has to offer. And as you leave here today, let me invite you to explore Macomb County's diverse range of outdoor assets by visiting MakeMacombYourHome.com. You'll find the Macomb County's trails are open year-long and available for walking, running, biking, as well as paddling along the Clinton River. In Macomb County, there is something for everyone. Find out more about Macomb County's 4 seasons of fun by visiting MakeMacombYourHome.com. Now let's play ball.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How are they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Heading to the home half of the 4th. Utica Unicorns trailing by 1 here to the Westside Woolly Mammoths on this Sunday afternoon. Our first matinee game of the 2024 USPBL season as opening weekend is wrapping up here. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you. It's been a fantastic weekend of baseball, starting off the 9th season of the USPBL, and been really fun to watch over the last few days. A lot of the games, all of them were really close. You know, we had a walk-off win in Game 1 on Friday night, and then 2 really good games between Birmingham and Eastside yesterday. So this is looking to go in that same direction.
It's been 2 days so far of really talented baseball. There's so much talent on both sides, or on all 4 teams, I should say, and it's really been pitcher dominant to start off this season, but I've been saying it, those bats are coming.
Colucci back on the hill. He came in relief for Alex Lilja. He got a 4-6-3 double play off of Trey Williams Nelson. He came in with the bases loaded and only 1 out, and was just really fortunate for him and for his team.
Yeah, that was clutch stuff right there from Colucci. Well done.
Only 3 hits on the day for the Woolly Mammoths, 1 for the Unicorns right now, and you know, looking to see if both teams are going to pick it up offensively after a slow Game 1 on Friday.
I thought we were off to a real hot start with the Mammoths scoring 1 in the first inning, but other than that, we haven't seen too many hits and no runs to show for it other than that 1 Sharkus RBI ground out.
It's 1-2 now. It's missed outside by Colucci. And we'll see here. We still got a lot of play left. We're only in the 4th. Seltzer sends this one out into foul ground, but out of play.
Yeah, thankfully we're doing a full 9 today, contrary to our doubleheader yesterday with 2 6-inning ball games. I like a full 9. It just feels more like a full baseball game. It's, you know, guys get in a groove. They get to bat 3 or 4 times during a full game. It's nice.
Seltzer sends that one foul, and the traditional way of playing, 9 innings. The way the game has been, and for these guys to, like you said, get more experience at the plate. The pitchers come in, get more work in. Everyone wins in that situation. As Seltzer keeps on battling here. I mentioned he did not play on Friday night.
There's going to be some guys that are going to have off days. We've seen a lot of familiar faces from Friday, but like Zach Beadle, the catcher for the Mammoths. It was Scott Combs' day on Friday, opening night, and now it's Beadle. So those guys likely going to split time all year long. And also Seltzer, there's only so many positions on the infield, and they have 4 or 5 infielders, and got to put them all out there.
1-2 pitch just missed outside by Colucci, and only having two bats off the bench, and you have to make some changes here. You got to make decisions here if you're the managers on what you do here to get everyone in play. It's not like you have a 25-man roster. As Colucci rings up Seltzer.
That one was not as close as his first time. Seltzer went down on a borderline pitch that looked like it grabbed the zone. This time it looked like it might have been a little bit off, but still too close to take. In a league like this, in the USPBL, these guys are looking here to hit, not walk, and I'm not saying that's what Seltzer was looking for in that situation, but pitches like that with 2 strikes, you got to go after them and stay hanging in these at-bats, because a guy like Matt Colucci on the mound, he means business, and he's going to make it very competitive every single pitch.
He's been a dark horse, especially his time last season with the Unicorns. Colucci, a returner on that championship team. He had 27 appearances, trying to improve. Had a 4.21 ERA and 36 and a third innings pitch. Throws a lot of strikeouts. Had 47 of those last season.
Wow.
That's standing at 6'2", 205, coming from Amherst, New York. Facing off against Zach Beadle, a local guy. There's been a good mix of players from around here in the Metro Detroit area, and players from across the country or international players.
I was going to say, out of the country as well. Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Watch out.
Yeah, right back to the screen right there at 90 miles an hour. Off the bat of Zach Beadle. It's good, for our coverage is, a lot of fans, far and wide tuning in, from around here, around the country, worldwide. It's a good showing here for all of our fans watching, today's game on YouTube and Facebook Live. Catch all the action all season long right here on the USPBL network. Zach Beadle chases that one. It was tipped into the glove for strike 3. Colucci on a groove here with back-to-back punch-outs.
I mean, he's really doing something out here on the mound. He's got 3 total strikeouts throughout his 2 outings between Friday and today. And, I mean, he's retired the only 3 batters he's faced and recorded 4 outs with that 4-6-3 double play we saw to end the 3rd and get Alex Lilja out of a jam.
Here comes Jose Cedeno. Cedeno was one of the 2 strikeout victims off of Andrew Severini.
Cedeno struggled with a pitch down and inside. Let's see if Colucci follows suit.
Skies this one out into right. Calling it in is Berduris underneath it and making the catch. So Colucci sends down the Mammoths in order. We are heading to the 5th. So 1-0 Westside over the Unicorns. This is your home of the USPBL baseball, presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Today, looking over at the Mammoth side, and it's a 1-0 lead for them over the Utica Unicorns in this rematch of Friday night's season opener. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you here today. The Woolly Mammoths, just getting back to work here as Trey Jones is back on the hill. The Utica Unicorns trying to produce some offense. Only 1 hit on the board here so far. After struggling for most of the game on Friday, and just hoping they can pick something up here against Trey Jones to get back into this game.
Yeah, Trey Jones throwing heat right now, and these Unicorn hitters got to catch up to it, even though Tyler Shin, he has the 1 hit for Utica, and it came off of Jones. Trey Cruz, he went 3 total innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Great outing of about 50 pitches for Trey Cruz, and with Trey Jones following in his 2nd inning of work, Mammoths are going to try to keep this Unicorn team off the board. And the one positive I like that I've seen here from Utica is I know they haven't had the hits, but they're putting more balls in play. Not nearly the amount of strikeouts of 15 or 16, I'm sorry, that they had on Friday. So these guys, a lot better at bats. They're putting the ball in play more, and they're finding the base paths. Every single inning through the first 4, Utica has had a base runner. Trey Jones trying to end that right now.
Yeah, only 2 strikeouts so far for the Unicorns. Much improvement for them heading into today. I mentioned that was a big problem for them on Friday. Now Jones gets set here. Check swing, went around on the leadoff man, Sam Baduras, who's trying to find his first hit on the season. A short stance for him. Jones gets into his windup. 0-1 pitch coming right down the middle. Couldn't have asked for a better pitch. It was off speed, though, at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, Baduras, a couple flyouts to the right side, just underneath the baseball a little bit, trying to stay on top.
Got him there with that changeup. Run him up there. Strike 3 called. Baduras caught looking. Just a nasty pitch right there by Jones.
Yeah, nothing Sam can do right there. That barely grabs the outside corner. That's a borderline pitch, and I mean, with that off speed there, it kind of freezes Baduras, and that's strikeout number 2 for Trey Jones. He has been extremely impressive so far in his outing.
Absolutely he is, and right now his pitch count only at 20 right now. We've talked with Taylor Jellikowski and getting guys a pitch count here today.
Yeah, he wants to settle them into the season. Doesn't want to blow out anybody's arm throwing 80, 90, 100 pitches in one outing. So he's being very conservative, and also wants to get these relievers a lot of time on the field and on the mound, because this league's all about development and showing your stuff. And if there's only 1, maybe 2 pitchers going per game, it doesn't help out as much for those relief guys that want to get in and show their stuff as well on a day-to-day basis.
And 1 hop over there to Fox Slim. He'll step on the bag himself for out number 2. As Smith chopped it over there.
It was a challenge fastball. Check that. That was an off-speed pitch on the inner half, and it was kind of a defensive swing from Joe Smith, and it's just been weak contact out of both hands of Trey Cruz and Trey Jones. The 2 Treys have just been really cooking on the mound today for Westside, and let's see how he deals with D Triplet with 2 gone, nobody on.
Fouls that one off. Right near the bottom half of the strike zone at 85 miles an hour. Triplett grounded to Garbasic his last time up. That one missed low. He went fastball that time at 91.
All these guys that we've seen throughout the entire year over the first couple of days of the opening weekend do such a great job of sequencing their pitches, not always starting out with a fastball, maybe going off speed and then moving to the fastball later in the at-bat.
Going in that time 2-1, and you don't want to become predictable. You don't want to start off, have like a pattern of pitches or like an order of where you want to go.
And none of these guys are. I mean, they're here for a reason. They're playing professional baseball for a reason, and they're very good at being able to keep those hitters guessing. And another blistering fastball there from Jones.
Going to go down low there, 2-2. Triplett chased for it.
It's really good stuff here from Jones. Very impressive in his first outing.
That one slid underneath, and Triplett went after it. That's a tough pitch right there. Got him in a difficult spot, and he gets him down there swinging. Strike 3. That is another punch out for Trey Jones. He is on a groove here today. The Mammoths come back up to work here in the home half of the fifth after this here on the USPBL Network.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Fifth Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
But a good afternoon of baseball here for you at Jimmy John's Field. It is a 1-0 game. Another close one here for you here on this Sunday afternoon on Bark in the Park Day, presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs. Also the first Sunday fun day of the season. We're going to have a lot of those throughout the course of the season. Getting the young fans out to the ballpark for a lot of activities throughout the course of the year. And it's always good to have them come out here and spend a good time out here with their family at a ball game.
Yeah, you make unforgettable memories when you're out here at the USPBL. I know I have in the past, because I still harken back to days when I was 15, 16 with my buddies, and we were big baseball heads, man. We loved to go down and talk to the pitchers in the bullpen and just kind of get a feeling where they went to college, what type of pitches they throw, how hard did they throw, have they been in minor league baseball in the past?
Here comes Garbasic. Slow roller over there to Patrick Baggett. Throws it over to Triplett in time. Getting out is Garbasic. Has a lot of speed there, but couldn't beat it out there that time.
Really liking the stuff out of the hand of Matt Colucci tonight for the Unicorns. I mean, he has really been setting these guys down with weak contact and a couple of missed bats. 2 strikeouts through an inning and a third. Inning and 2/3 as he entered in with 2 gone in the 3rd inning, did Colucci.
Yeah, just a couple ground ball outs right here, and not really much to work with as he faces Anthony Sharkis. And going back, getting to know the players, talking about them at a close level. You see a lot of the players, a lot of fans go right near the dugout to talk to the guys, and it's just really unique to what you see otherwise. This is a chopper back over to Colucci, and 2 quick outs for the Mammoths.
Another piece of weak contact there off the bat of, not off the bat of Sharkus, out of the hand of Colucci. That's the first ball that Sharkus did not hit hard today. It's very uncommon for him to hit a slow tapper. But back to your point, Alex, I mean, there's so many fans that are hanging over that dugout looking for autographs and trying to get that feeling of professional baseball because they look up to these guys like big leaguers. And it's so awesome for a lot of these guys just right out of college to be able to have that feeling as a player, signing autographs, getting pictures taken with fans, and really being immersed in what Jimmy John's Field and the USPBL brings.
That one is a fair ball down the first base line, past D triplet. That one goes all the way to the corner, and Fox Liam has a 2-out stand-up double.
Beautiful call from the field umpire, Nick Kubitsky. He moved out of the way and then called fair at the same time. Oh boy, that's some athleticism right there from our field umpire. Nice swing from Fox Liam. We talked about him liking the right side of the field and being able to pull that ball with some pop, and he rips it right down the line past D triplet into the corner, and a clutch 2-out double gives a chance for the Mammoths to take a 2-0 lead.
The second extra base hit on the season for the Mammoths, their first one since Anthony Sharkus back on opening day. So we haven't seen a lot of those throughout the first few days, so hopefully it picks back up. Getting those extra base hits as Francis Florentino sends one right up into the middle on the ground. Right to the center fielder Gurgly. Holding it up at third is Fox Liam. That was a high throw over to Alex Crump, and good base running by Francis Florentino. He advances to second on the throw. So it takes the out. He moves over to second base, but it has 2 runners in scoring position.
Right there, it's a great swing from Florentino. Shot it right back up the box, and he hit it so hard that a guy like Fox Liam's not going to be able to come around to score. So well done from third base and manager Taylor Jellikowski to hold him up there. And then as soon as Gurgly airmailed home plate and threw it all the way to the backstop, easily does Florentino move on to second base. Great base running.
Nick Pastore swings at the first pitch. That one just goes fouled on the hot corner.
Pastore looking for some revenge after grounding into a 6-4-3 double play in the first, but he also walked in the third inning. And then the very next batter grounded into a double play, so he's been stranded once, has Pastore.
Pastore trying to add on to this league, get some insurance. If it was on the ground, it was feeling Florentino would have stayed at first, so it would have prevented a force out. Would have had a force out at second if Pastore was going to hit something on the ground, but now is a chance of bringing 2 runs.
As a base runner, as soon as you see that throw go all the way to the plate, you're immediately going to the next base. So Florentino, I mean, that's second nature to him. As soon as he saw Gurgly come up and throw it all the way home, because of how long of time that ball takes to go from the hand of the center fielder to home plate, Florentino has all the time in the world to advance.
And that's just a smart decision, especially from a guy who has had minor league experience in Francis Florentino, being signed last year as Pastore sends one past D triplet for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Florentino, the tag, a collision at home plate. And able to get him out there. They do get 1 run on the board. That was very close, really scary right there, but both players able to get back up.
Let's give Sam Badura some credit right there. Hosing the runner Florentino coming around. Excellent throw from the Unicorns right fielder to save a run. Only 2-0.
So it's 2-0 Mammoths after that run scored right there. We'll be back after this here on the USPBL Network.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
A 2-0 lead for the Westside Woolly Mammoths over the Utica Unicorns as we welcome you back. Alex Johnson, Tom Cavanaugh with you. Mammoths able to get a run off of Nick Pastor into right, and then Francis Florentino thrown out at home. Alex Crump able to hold on to the baseball as Weber swings this one out into deep center field, going all the way back at the warning track. Nick Pastor.
What a play. That's so close to the wall in right center field. Great awareness from Pastor, realizing how far he was away from the fence, feeling that warning track, dirt out there in straightaway center, and making the over-the-head grab. Got to give credit to Jared Weber in that swing. He rocketed that ball out to right center field.
Just went all the way out to that Budweiser sign in right center field. Weber gave that one a long ride out there to the deepest part of the ballpark.
And that's one thing that coaches will tell you, hey, if a guy's throwing 93, 94 miles an hour, that's just going to make the ball go even farther, and that's what happened right there with Weber's swing on a fastball.
Gurgley lines this one right to Alex Garbasic. 2 quick outs for Utica here this inning.
But both hard hit, Alex. Before that, there had only been 1 or 2 really hard hit balls, and one of them was a base hit from Tyler Shin. But both swings right there from Weber and Gurgley hit on the nose. And let's see if the Unicorns can build off of that towards the end of this frame and moving on to the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, so far only 1 hit on the board. They're getting a lot of contact. No, we just saw it right there off the bats of Weber and Gurgley.
Yeah, it's the slow building blocks. I mean, 16 strikeouts in night 1, and then here you only have 4 recorded through the first 5 2/3 innings. So they're doing a better job of putting the ball in play. Those hits will come as time progresses.
Especially when we're talking with Jim Essien before Friday's game, how the offense is going to take a little bit of time, but he feels like they're going to get into it together. The defense and the pitching has been their strong suit so far, and so far only allowing 1 run on Friday, so 3 runs total, which is not bad.
Not at all. Usually you should be able to win games with only allowing 3 runs through almost 18 innings of play. Would be closer to 14 at the moment.
Jones in a 1-2 count, and he rings up Tyler Shin right there at 79. He went off speed to freeze Tyler Shin, and the Utica Unicorns are down in order once again. When we come back, the Mammoths looking to add on to this 2-0 lead. This is your home of USPBL baseball.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Welcome back, everyone. We got another renewal by Anderson, full service window and door replacement pitching change. Connor Tomasic is on the bump right now for the Utica Unicorns, his team trailing by 2. He is another talented pitcher returning from Coach Jim Essien's squad, and he's a guy that pitched in in Friday night's game and had a really good inning of work back on Friday, Tom.
Yeah, he did. He went one full inning, walked one, struck out one, facing 3 total batters, but his catcher behind the dish was able to help him out, Ranko Stevanovic, hosing the runner, Francis Florentino, down at second base. So it was a walk, a caught stealing on Florentino, and then a strikeout and a ground out back to Tomasic. So he gets a lot of weak contact, has the swing and miss with really good off speed. Connor is a baller on the mound. He just came from Michigan State back in 2022, and he's everything you could ask for if you're head coach Jim Essien for the Unicorns. He's going to be a relief guy pretty much all year long. We got to speak with him before the game, and I mean, he's happy to be here back in the USPBL for his second year.
And he's looking to get better and better every day. You know, having that Big Ten experience, also playing at Purdue before going over to MSU, so playing in a really strong conference. You know, he had 2-2 record, 4.56 ERAs. William Nelson chops this over and bobbled by Jared Weber out of his glove. And that's the first error of the day for the Unicorns, E5.
Now, it was just a high chopper right around chest high for Weber there, and I think he looked to throw the ball right before it came in. So this chopper, you know, came about, as I said, shoulder, chest high, and it just fell out of his glove as he was making the transfer. But you can easily work out of something like this right now if you roll a ground ball. Tomasic, very good at doing that.
Working it now here is Colby Seltzer, who struck out twice here today. This, again, 2-0 and 92 upstairs. Williams Nelson over at first. Doesn't have a huge lead. He's just moving back a few steps. Chopper again, but goes foul. So the home plate umpire to Jared Weber. 2-1. Mammoths with 6 hits today after only having 2 on Friday.
Let's get you some final numbers on Matt Colucci, the right-hander, second in relief for the Unicorns. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts for Matt. Great outing.
And absolutely, Colucci able to get the job done. Coming in, going back into was the bottom of the 3rd inning. He came in, got Williams Nelson to ground into a 4-6-3 double play with the bases loaded nonetheless, and that was a huge point in the game where it was still 1-0. As that one, it was a little outside, but the home plate umpire called it strike 2 at 83 miles an hour.
Like Tomasic gripping that ball in his hand as he comes set. Just getting a feel for it as he is able to twist that ball and grip it in his glove belt high.
Pitching from the stretch, William Nelson's on the move. This one in foul ground. Going into it was Crump, and that one goes into the stands, right into a fan in the first row.
Once you hear all those oohs and ahs, you know, you got to kind of lean over everybody trying to figure out what happened there. I thought Crump had a chance at it, but we've seen multiple times that ball either fade away onto the netting, out of play, and then kind of hang on right on that dirt area. We've talked about it several times. There's about 75 to 80 feet of foul territory from the foul line, the chalk, all the way until the dugout and the fan section up behind the backstops.
Yeah, just a lot of room to work with in foul ground, and that one broken bat right over there to Jared Weber. Look out.
That came off in multiple shards. Take a look at that bat that Seltzer's holding. It's half of a baseball bat. I mean, the other half just split right down the middle, and there's some firewood for USPBL and their collection of broken bats, but wow. That thing split directly in half.
Oh, like perfectly. I have never seen something like that. It just break in half that perfectly. So that is just unreal.
Yeah, maybe JJ can use that as a as a stick in between innings.
He's been doing his job here today. He has his friends out here today for Bark in the Park.
Yep.
So,
you know, Alex, I'll tell you a funny story. The Tampa Bay Rays, they used the Ring doorbell sound at their home ball game for Bark in the Park, and there was about 40 or 50 dogs there that went absolutely crazy for that doorbell sound.
You bet. No.
I don't know if, I mean, whoever's on the mound pitching in that game, I bet they don't appreciate all that, but you never know. Maybe they do it when the Rays are hitting, but I think that's a cool thing to do, and Bark in the Park or Wet Nose Wednesday or whatever have you. I think that's an awesome thing.
Look at that rip down by Zach Beadle. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. Rounding third is Williams Nelson. He's going to stop there. Stand up double for Zach Beadle. Just great piece of hitting. Exit velocity of 97 miles an hour right there. Just a great job by Beadle.
Yeah, Beadle's 2 for 3. Both of his hits that he has roped into left field, and that ball finding some green, bouncing off the wall on one hop. Zach is seeing the ball so well, and the fact that he's already played on this field in this league, he sees the ball out of the hand better than most, I would say. And that's why he's got 2 hits on the ball game and a huge extra base hit to put 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
Here comes Jose Cedeno now. A first pitch strike, and it gives yourself an advantage, especially for the returners who have been in this league for in their second or third year. So you're used to the field dimensions, and what's nice about this is you don't have to travel to any other ballpark, for games and anything like that. Everything's all in one place.
Yeah, they get used to that batter's eye out in center field, that black tarp above the wall out there in straightaway center. That is how you pick up the baseball.
Cedeno goes opposite way foul, and
you can see that tarp out there in center a moment ago, and that's just kind of that's there for a reason, so that when that ball is coming out of the hand of Tomasic, the black background with the white ball, you can see the ball really well.
Cedeno rips this one into right on one hop. This will score in Williams Nelson. Cedeno going to go to second. And it's 3-0 Woolly Mammoths as they got runners on second and third again.
Good hold up from head coach Jellikowski over there at third, but Cedeno with his first hit of the series, or of the weekend, I should say, and well done from Jose right there. Laser shot into right field to score Dre Williams Nelson, and Beadle's going to have to hold up at third, so another great chance with 1 out here, and it's now 3-0, extending the lead, and we talked about the bats getting hot. They are here for Westside.
Looking to add more here with only 1 out. Runners on second and third. Tomasic throws to Alex Garbasic up high at 81. Garbasic started the game off with that single and reached the third on a fielding error by Joe Smith. Tomasic about to throw his 15th pitch. Missed, down and away, 2-0. He went for it at 83 that time with his changeup. The 2-0 pitch coming. Popped up right to the second baseman, Sherman Martin III, for out number 2. Just unable to bring home Beadle there. Now brings up Anthony Sharkus. Brought in the first run of the game on a ground out to bring in Garbasic back in the first.
You can get a shot right behind home plate. There's 2 kids dumping water. They'll up a feet of water on their heads. I think it's hilarious because it's so hot.
First pitch. That's the inside corner, or the plate rather, for strike 1.
Yeah, Sharkus hit the ball hard his first 2 times up, has an RBI. See if he can extend the lead.
It's this one on the ground, right over to Patrick Baggett. He throws over to D. Triplett, not in time. Going to be an infield single, and heads up base running by Jose Cedeno to keep on running. 2-run score off that. And it's 5-0.
So he bobbled the transfer on that throw from Baggett. Patrick Baggett, the shortstop, just threw that ball about 95 miles an hour across the diamond. And Triplett, as he made the catch, I think he double clutched on the close of his glove, which led field umpire Nick Kibitsky to believe that was a bobble, which it was. That happened to Triplett back in game 1 on Friday. That led to a run. And now it scores 2 because Cedeno heads up base running with 2 gone. He comes all the way around from second. Wow.
That's just a huge right there, and now adds on to this lead. 3 runs so far for the Mammoths. 5 total, the most runs we've seen from a team here in the first few days. They're going to record that as a hit.
Yeah, as it should be. I think Sharkus had a chance of beating that out. But an incredible play from Baggett, charged that ball cleanly and threw a laser over to first base. It just, to my eyes, it looked like it was caught. But Triplett, I mean, obviously our home plate umpire, our field umpire's got a much better view of it, and he saw the double clutch in the glove of Triplett, and that's what led to 2 runs. But it's small things like that that you don't really see on the scoreboard, Alex. We mentioned this earlier in the ball game. Those small things that can separate winning and losing in a big inning, which is now a 3-run frame here in the 6th.
And those things right there, and Jose Cedeno running for it, not giving up. And he was keeping on running. You never know what's going to happen.
A nice play from Scott Combs over there. He's taking the day off behind the dish, and he's going to be called on to be the first base coach. And he's still staying in the game, making plays over there. Love Scott. He does a great job. Spent time in Michigan State playing with Connor Tomasic, and then also he's the assistant coach over at Macomb Community College.
Tomasic freezes up Fox Liam right there for strike 3. However, the Mammoths send 7 men to the plate and bring 3 runs across. 5-0 lead for them. They're opening things up. We'll see how the Unicorns respond after this. Welcome back, heading into the 7th inning of play. Get ready to start here for you folks. The Mammoths have opened things up. It is now a 5-0 lead over the Unicorns here on this Sunday Fun Day, and Bark in the Park presented by Happy Tales Learning Center for Dogs. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you. The Unicorns have some work to do now trailing by 5.
Well, you said it, Alex. I mean, that 3-run 6th inning is huge in this ball game, because once it was 2-0 at the time in the 5th, you know, it's manageable. You can work down 2-0, but we haven't seen the Unicorns score more than 2 runs in a ball game yet, and they have nothing to show for it right now. Patrick Baggett going to start things off hot for these guys right now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And it's Trey Jones back on the mound once again for the Mammoths, and he has been cruising. And that's saying it lightly, because he's really been sitting down these hitters. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Trey in the 5th and 6th.
And the Unicorns really haven't had an answer for him. They really didn't have anything for Cruz either.
Yeah, Cruz, he went a hitless 3 innings, and Jones has only allowed 1, and it's still that single number of a 1 in that hit column for the Unicorns.
Check swing, called strike on Patrick Baggett. Trying to rally this team back. No, he did. He got on base, in the bottom of the 8th inning on Friday to set up Sherman Martin's triple.
It's a good fight.
Yeah, a soft contact foul right there, but this is going to be a team, if they're going to be able to get back into this, they got to get some base runners, and we're running out of outs here as we're in the final third of this ball game. 1-2 pitch coming. Good eyes. That one's up and away. Jones decided to go fastball at 91. Taking a look at some of the fans over there enjoying themselves here today. A unicorn hat right there. A couple fans with some foam fingers. Swing and a miss by Patrick Baggett. It has just not been the day for the Unicorns. This Mammoths pitching has been dominant here today. Another punch out for Trey Jones.
And Trey Jones is working into his 4th inning of work. He went he had a strikeout in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 to end the 6th and open up the 7th. So he's just been killing it. 5 total strikeouts now for Trey Jones in relief for Trey Cruz.
And both Treys doing it well here as we got a pinch hitter. Trevor Austin is going to get his first plate appearance on the season. He's going to bat for Sherman Martin III.
Austin coming out of Macon, Georgia. He spent 4 total years at Mercer. He's a D1 product. Standing about 6 foot, 175, the 24-year-old getting his very first at-bat here in the USPBL this season.
He played in 15 games last season for the Woolly Mammoths. He came at the beginning of August. He hit .244, had 6 RBIs and an extra base hit in 15 games. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does here playing on the Unicorn side. Kind of like an unofficial trade, with Pastor moving on to the Mammoths and getting Austin in return. I know it doesn't work out like that, but you see guys moving around from one team to the next. Going up high, 2-2.
Sherman Martin ends the day 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk.
2-2 pitch coming. Foul that off. Try to just change things up here. If you're Jim Essien, just trying something here to get somebody on, and Trevor Austin hasn't had a chance yet this season. A good time to try to produce a spark. And he strikes out swing. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for Jones.
Alex, I don't see a guy like Trey Jones being here for very long, and I mean that in the best way possible. He is absolutely sitting down these Unicorn hitters right now. 3 straight strikeouts, 1 to end the 6th, and bookends it with 2 to start here in the 7th inning. I mean, my goodness, 6 total strikeouts for Trey. He's been really crafty and dominating with a mid-90s fastball.
Yeah, he's been really going at it with his main pitch.
And by the way, when I say it doesn't seem like he's going to be here long, he might get a call from an organization in the MLB sometime soon with just the way that he's throwing and impressing me and a lot of the fans that are here watching this contest.
Yeah, there's been a lot of pitchers, recently. There's Andrew Huffman.
Yep.
Got recognized, this weekend. He was on the Unicorns. Kyle Bischoff, who was on the Mammoths last year, got signed by the Twins.
The Twins do love the USPBL. They have a couple of scouts in this area that do a great job of scouting the talent in this league.
Skied up in the air, out of play. Off the bat of Alex Crump.
And the thing that separates Trey Jones from the rest is he's able to throw everything for a strike consistently almost every single time. Trey's going to miss on a few pitches here or there or throw a chase pitch out of the zone, but when he needs to throw a strike and get a strikeout, boy, he's going to deliver.
Try to get him out here. Crump sends this one out into right. Florentino hauls it in and makes the catch. Unicorns go down in order once again. Haven't had an answer for the Mammoths pitching. It's a 5-0 lead for the Westside Woolly Mammoths as we head into the Genesis Credit Union 7th inning stretch.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
The fans enjoying themselves here tonight. Participate in the t-shirt toss right now as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you in this final game of the opening weekend here at the USPBL, and starting off year number 9 of the season. The Mammoths, it's all of them here today. We've got a new pitcher, Danny Dents, for the Utica Unicorns, and another renewal by Anderson pitching change.
I love me some Danny Dents. He came in with the bases loaded and 2 outs and broke off 2 nasty breaking balls for his very first strikeout in a Unicorns uniform. Danny back on Friday went an inning and a third, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts with 5 batters faced over his time. Danny's he's crafty. He's a minor league product, played in single A, high A as well with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, and he's going to look to have a great inning here for Utica. Devin, what did you have for pitching?
Also played at the University of Memphis and University of Memphis, Tennessee in Division I, the American Athletic Conference.
Thank you.
Was a part of the San Diego Padres farm system. Another guy that Jim Essien was really pleased about is he's going to face the heart of the order for the Woolly Mammoths. Just wanted to talk about some defensive changes here, Tom, as Trevor Austin comes into the game as he pitch hit for Sherman Martin III. He goes to short, and Patrick Baggett goes from short to second.
Yeah, Baggett can play all over. Baggett can play all over the field right now, and good to see Trevor Austin getting in over there at shortstop. I want to say something real quick. Trey Jones, the reliever on the Mammoth side, has retired 11 straight batters. I'm not sure if he's going to come back out as there is some movement in the bullpen for Westside. Very, very impressive from Trey Jones in his first outing in a Mammoths uniform.
Yeah, but tough to stop here for the Unicorns. It looks like that's Jacob Meyer warming up. Going to see if he's going to get his first action in the USPBL. Florentino, he's been looking for something. No, he had a really good start before he got signed by the Twins. Hit just under 400. Just in the early part of the season was a big reason why the Woolly Mammoths got off to a really good start and their offense was on fire.
Yeah, 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. He's been seeing the ball so nicely today. Expected from Francis.
2-1. That one hit on the ground, foul.
Good battle here from Danny Dens. He started out 2-0 on this at-bat and has battled back against Francis Florentino. Rookie ball for Dens back in 2021. He played up, as I said, high A ball in 2021, and then back in 2022. In 22, he had about 25 innings pitched. He gave up 34 hits, and he had 22 walks and 28 strikeouts in those 25 innings in high A.
So right over there to Weber. Easy throw to Triplett for the out. We're going to see at some point Florentino. No, he has that power. Haven't seen that yet. It's going to
yeah. I mean, but I'm going to take a 2-for-3 day with a hit by pitch all day than him rather being 1-for-4 with a homer. So if Florentino, can continue to keep that hard contact and shoot the ball in the gaps, those homers will come, because once that wind starts blowing out to straightaway center field, he'll get a few extra feet on his balls.
You just got to be patient here. You still haven't been doing a good job nonetheless. You know, oftentimes you see power guys just try to go for the fences and then get into a slump.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, they're mentally strong, and they know better than to do that, and they just stay within themselves and know when they get in a slump situation like that, when they're getting a little long with their swing and trying to hit one out, they got to reel it all back in, keep that swing short and compact, and try to hit one on the barrel up the middle. And that's what a lot of these guys do really well.
And that's just the name of the game here, and these guys are just trying to get better. You know, it's just a different situation than what you see, you know, in the minor leagues. You're still trying to get, you know, to the pro level, obviously, but where everyone's all has the same goal in mind.
Pastor gets in on the RBIs back in the 5th inning. 1 for 2 with a walk.
He got Fox Liam to score on the play. Then Francis Florentino was out at home, so the count is 3-1. Dents, the southpaw, trying to get set.
Oh, nice pitch.
Yeah, near the top part of the strike zone. Got him there at 87.
It's a very tough pitch to hit as you're a lefty facing a lefty, because that ball is coming out of the hand behind your back ear, and then it's coming across the plate all the way until the outside corner. Wow, nice pitch from Danny.
We'll see what he does here when this payoff pitch. Gets it on the ground, rolls over there to Triplett. He says he's got it. Trying to get over there, diving over to the bag was Nick Pastor, a little bit closer than everyone thought it would be. But he liked the effort by Pastor to run it out.
Yeah, it's gritty stuff. I like Pastor there as he was challenging D. Triplett on that race to the bag. But stuff like that, those are intangibles in a guy that can play at the next level. So you love to see when a guy is going to take a little extra feet. But there's also a chance at risking injury, because diving into first base, I've seen it happen too many times.
You just don't want to be able to just like jog over the first base, no. But you want to be able to give it a test over to the first baseman, not just assume it's just going to be an easy out. No.
Yeah, unless you're making millions of dollars and you hit a little chopper onto first, then you might be able to, to jog it out down to first. But these guys all still working hard to get to the next level.
Here comes Trey Williams. Nelson 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error off of Weber his last time up. Also grounded into that bases loaded double play that ended the 3rd. Dents takes a long look at home plate. Short stance by Nelson. Swings and misses at that one. But the fastball down at the knees.
A pitch coming in at 92 miles an hour out of the left hand. Any lefty that's throwing low to mid-90s, it's good stuff. And Danny throwing very well right now on the mound.
Trying to retire the Mammoths in order. Just got a piece of that one. We're looking forward to week 2 beginning on Friday. It's going to be the Beavers and the Woolly Mammoths beginning at 7:05 on Friday. Another fireworks spectacular and peanut-free night. Check Swain, went around, strike 3. Williams Nelson doesn't agree. And good work by Danny Dents retiring the Mammoths in order. Headed to the 8th, Unicorns trying to come back into this game. When we come back after this here on the USPBL Network.
throughout your life, from big moments to ones well earned. We're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Starting the 8th inning of play here at Jimmy John's Field. All Mammoths here on this one, as Jones, as we mentioned, has retired 11 straight Unicorns here in this ball game. And Tom, and he has just been lights out in his first appearance in the USPBL, and has shown some good stuff. And the Unicorns just haven't had an answer, and they're running out of outs. Only 6 left for them in this game.
Yeah, Jones, after retiring the 8 and 9 batters to finish out the 4th, he faced the minimum from the 5th to the 7th, retiring the side in order with 4 strikeouts, 5 total over his time on the mound. It's been great stuff from Trey. I wasn't sure if he was going to come back in, but I'm glad that he is, so he can come back out and show yet another inning of how good he is on the mound. He's going to start with the top of the lineup and Sam Baduras following Joe Smith and D. Triplett.
We'll see what they can do here, if they can get some runners on here. I was just mentioning before the break, we'll be back on Friday for Beavers and Mammoths beginning at 7:05 p.m. for another Friday night fireworks spectacular and then peanut-free night. And then on Saturday, we'll have a doubleheader between the Unicorns and the Hoppers beginning at 5:30 p.m. for a Memorial Day celebration. Pre-game show starting at 6:50 on Friday, 5:20 on Saturday for Memorial Day weekend, and then we'll be off Sunday the 26th and Monday the 27th, and then we'll be back on Friday the 31st after that. So
Jones is picking up right where he left off. I mean, slider down and away, fastball on the outside corner, or was it? I think that might have been more of a two-seamer there, as it was a little less of a velocity than his normal fastball.
Make that 12 straight retired, and another punch out for Jones. He now has 7 on the game. He is in cruise control right now.
Nothing more you can ask out of Trey Jones, and he's mixing his pitches so well. The sequencing it's very impressive. He goes off speed, fastball, off speed, and he's able to sit down Baduras for the second time swinging today, or looking, I'm sorry, the first time, but 2 strikeouts now on the Baduras side, 7 overall for Trey Jones, and he's right back to work and pounding the strike zone. It's not like he is missing pitches and going to full counts. He is attacking these hitters.
It's just really hard to be that accurate 90 to 95% of the time as quickly in an 0-2 hole as Smith. And if you're the Unicorns here today, not the type of game you wanted, no, after coming out with a lot of momentum from Friday night, but you're going to have a chance to come back out here. You will on Saturday, but you'll also, with the non-public games, they have games throughout the middle of the week for a chance to continue to grow. They do count towards the standings. It's just not going to be on the stream or fans in attendance. So, but an opportunity to continue getting some reps and experience and building off on where you left off knowing the last game into the next one. Smith, and this one out into left center, just shallow though. Cedeno, maybe for a split second, could have got one into the left center field gap, but Jose Cedeno closed that one up real quickly.
Yeah, that ball hung up in the air way too long. Smith needed to either hit it a lot closer on the handle for weaker contact or really drive it out there in the gap. Cedeno, he's got a long stride out there in left field, so he covers a ton of ground in a very short amount of time. And who's going to break the streak against Trey Jones?
Goes inside to Triplett. Ounces in the dirt.
Yeah, that got a piece of the umpire behind the dish, our home plate umpire. And good job from Zach Beadle, the catcher of the Mammoths, to give that home plate umpire time. And we talked about it yesterday, the relationships you have between the home plate umpire and the catcher. He looks to be just fine right now, as he's going to request a few more baseballs. But the relationships you have between a catcher and a home plate umpire are crucial, not only because you might get a favorable call here or there on a pitch, but also for times like this. If he gets banged up with a ball on a spiked fastball, Beadle knows, as a veteran catcher, to go out there, take a second, talk with his pitcher, and give that home plate umpire time to recover and come back. And he appreciates that. He very much does appreciate that, and it's going to help out Beadle and the Mammoths throughout the rest of the game and for future endeavors in other contests.
And you like to be able to have that connection with the umpire and the catcher, to just give him some time, like you did right there, Zach Beadle. Making the smart play, the veteran type play of just letting the umpire do what he needs to control this game. And this Triplet is out of the way of that one. It's now 2-1.
D's 0 for 2 with a walk today. He walked in his very first at-bat. It's been a ground out to short and a strikeout swinging since for him. This is his second time facing Trey Jones.
This one finds a hole past Williams Nelson. The first base hit in a long while for the Unicorns.
I'll tell you what, Alex, that's the first base knock since Tyler Shin back with 1 out in the 4th inning. Just the second hit of the ball game. And shout out D Triplett as he breaks the 13 retired in a row streak from Trey Jones on the mound. That was a nice little poke up the middle.
He feels good about that one. Trying to get a 2-out rally like they did in the 8th inning on Friday night. We'll see if they can replicate it here again as Weber is in the batter's box, takes a called strike.
Another thing I'm catching from Trey Jones as he's allowed his very first base runner here is the fact that he's slide stepping with the runner at first base. Triplett, not much of a stealing threat right now over at first, but, going fast towards home.
Pass there is Garbasic, able to get under it, though, to get the force out at second base. That was looking like that was going to go into the center field. But good job there by Garbasic to get it into his glove to get the out at second base.
That was awesome. Heck of a play from Garbs.
Heading out to the bottom of the 8th, 5-0 Mammoths here on the US PBL Network on Bark in the Park Day.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal getter or dream chaser, an empty nester or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Jace Bauman on the bump for the Utica Unicorns in another renewal by Anderson pitching change. Team trailing by 5. Just trying to do everything he can here as Jim Essien just trying to continue to build his pitchers right now with another rep here. Bauman, a leader from last year.
Danny Dens in that 7th inning of work. He sat down the Mammoths. 1, 2, 3, a pair of groundouts and a strikeout. 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, and 1 K for Danny Dens. And Jace Bauman coming into the contest now, making his first appearance out of University of Wisconsin Stout. That's a D3 school where he spent 4 years, obviously in the state of Wisconsin. Jace Bauman. He's a very hard-throwing right-hander with good off-speed. He's got that wipe-away slider away from a right-handed hitter in towards the feet because it drops a little bit low as it does move left to right. Going to be impressed to see Jace today, the 25-year-old, making his second year appearance with the Unicorns.
Bauman goes slider at 85, misses down low 1-0. He's going to face the bottom of the order, Seltzer, Beetle, and Cedeno. 1-0 delivery. Popped up. Right over there is Trevor Austin at short. Makes the catch.
Good first play for Trevor as he was entered into the ball game about an inning ago. That moved Baggett over to second base. He was in place, Trevor Austin was, of Sherman Martin III. And just being able to see some balls off the bat, playing at that shortstop position here at Jimmy John's Field. We talk about it's always different when you play at different ballparks. It's not like a basketball court where it's all the same. Baseball fields are different all around the country everywhere you go. So being able to get your bearings and get familiar with that home ballpark is key.
Yeah, everyone is unique. From the majors down to the minors, high school, college. And there are some unique ones out there throughout the country, and some you by field dimensions, by design.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and you both being able to cover sports over at Macomb Community College. Their center field is at 420 feet. Or sorry, 440 feet. I'm sorry. It is an absolute alleyway out there in straightaway center. So you're right. The dimensions, anywhere you go, whether it's junior college baseball, Division I, independent ball, pro ball, and the major leagues, it's all different. It's all going to vary. And like you said, you have to get your bearings and figure out if you can play that ball off the wall in the outfield or on the infield, what type of dirt and turf you're working with.
Yeah, that 440 center field's the same dimension as the Old Tiger Stadium, corner ballpark down in Corktown, as that routine catch by Sam Baduris for out number 2, retiring Zach Beadle.
If that's Beadle's last at-bat of this ball game, considering going into the top of the ninth next frame, it's a great day for Zach. He played well behind the plate. He had a double, scored a run, and also singled, so a 2-for-4 day in his first start this season. A lot to look forward to if you're Zach Beadle and the Mammoths.
He had that double in the 6th inning and just down the left field line. And
also the guy at the plate right now, Jose Cedeno, drove in Beadle. Or check that, he drove in Dre Williams-Nelson, but nonetheless, first base hit, first RBI of the season for Jose last at-bat.
Well, that bottom part of the order just coming through here today. And Taylor Jelkowski's just really pleased with him about that. These guys will be back out here on Friday night, and then we mentioned they'll have games in the middle of the week that will count towards the standings, so just not in front of a crowd, so just going to be different.
I'm glad they still get to come out here and compete during the week as well, though.
One off of Bauman, picked up there, though, by Patrick Baggett. The throw over there to Triplett in time. That was a tough play. Cedeno barely got out there. Just a good play, though, by the Unicorns. Their last chance heading into the 9th. We'll be back after this on the USPBL Network.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and reset our life around zapping stuff and cheering for stuff with your friends. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Off to the 9th inning here at Jimmy John's Field on this Sunday afternoon. Jacob Meyer into the ball game, coming in for Trey Jones. Could have asked for a better day for him. What a performance in his USPBL debut here today, Tom. And Coach Elakowski has to be really pleased with him.
Yeah, I mean, no kidding. I mean, he was awesome. He had 7 strikeouts, gave up 2 hits, 1 to Tyler Shin, 1 to D Triplett, and retired a streak of 13 in a row and set this team up for success. And a big reason why the Utica Unicorns only have 2 hits and 0 runs on the board. Both of the Treys balled today. Trey Cruz, 3 innings, no hits, no runs. And then Trey Jones, 5 innings, no hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. And these guys are setting it up nicely for Jacob Meyer in the last frame. The big lefty, he's going to be called upon here at 6'4", 205. The 23-year-old played his college ball, junior college, over at Iowa Lakes CC back in 2019. And then he went over to Purdue Fort Wayne from 21 to 2023. So there's some Division I talent on the mound right now in Jacob Meyer, and he's crafty out of the left side of that mound.
And he's going to be really fun to watch here today. And taking the first pitch swinging is Seth Gurgley. Also played with the State College Spikes of the MLB Draft League last summer.
A couple guys. Remember Trey Cruz, the starter? He was in that MLB Draft League as well. That's a very highly touted summer league that a lot of pitchers get recognized out of, and you'll see in this USPBL Independent Ball Professional League, there's a heavy amount of major league draft summer league guys that make the transfer over here.
Just really competitive as Gurgley sends this one on the ground. Couple steps over Williams Nelson to Fox Liam for the out. Mentioned Meyer playing his days at Purdue Fort Wayne in the Horizon League, the same division as Oakland University. No, University of Detroit Mercy, they don't have a baseball team, unfortunately, but in that same conference regardless. So the Metro Detroit area, very familiar with Purdue University, Fort Wayne. A lot of good talent over in that Fort Wayne area with Indiana Tech and the NAIA. First pitch swinging foul tip for Tyler Shin.
Shin, one of 2 of the Unicorn base hits today, and I mean, the Woolly Mammoths are just returning the favor of only 2 hits back on Friday, and they get to have the 9-hit night. But it's only been the 2 hits on the Unicorn side who ended up picking up the 2-1 victory on Friday. They've just been held to weak contact and not as many strikeouts as Friday, but still, I mean, they're going down swinging at times because of the 2 Treys that pitched before Meyer here.
Sending this one down first base side. Too long for Fox Liam to get. As fans are getting ready to run the bases at the end of the game. After every game, fans and the kids get to call out to run the bases. The game ends every single day here at Jimmy John's Field.
If you're Tyler Shin here with 1 gone, you got to battle throughout this at-bat. Foul anything off that's close.
One into the dirt. Good stop by Beadle. 2-2.
Shin a strikeout looking his last time. That was against Trey Jones, excuse me.
Two pitch from Meyer. Just foul.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Fouling off those borderline pitches for strikes. Not something that Shin can really dominate and drill, but he's able to get a piece and live to see another pitch. And that's all you can ask for here, down 5 runs with 2 outs to go in your second ball game of the year.
Mammoths trying to get to 1-1. All the teams would be 1-1 if this score stands here right now. Oh, again, 3-2.
And you got to keep battling if you're head coach Jim Essien and this Unicorns squad. You got a new pitcher on the bump here, so you never know what you're going to get. Obviously, you knew what you were getting in Cruz and Jones before Meyer has stepped onto the bump, but you just got to find a way to get some base runners.
They do there with a 1-out walk. Lost him. There's Meyer.
Yeah, had him up in the count 1-2 and just hooked a few pitches low and in at the feet of Tyler Shin there. So a 1-out base runner, nowhere for Shin to go. I don't think he's going to be looking to swipe a bag down 5. They're going to need to go base to base here, and Patrick Baggett's going to need to help be a spark plug as well.
They got to keep the train moving here. Trailing by 5. You got to get everyone on and be really disciplined at the plate. And the Unicorns, you know, they'll be back in action on Saturday. You'll be on the call on Saturday with Brady Beaton. Brady Beaton, a returner. He called games on the USPBL network last year. I'll be on with him Friday in the Mammoths Beavers game. It's going to be interesting. And those 2 games go next weekend, Memorial Day weekend, in week 2 of the season. 1-1 pitch. That one fouled away.
Good fight from Pat. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, reaching on an error back in the second, and struck out swinging his last time up. Facing a lefty for the second time. Baggett has jumped around from both sides of the plate. His first and third at-bats, or check that, first and fourth at-bats here. He's in the right side. He was batting lefty for the middle 2 at-bats, I'm sorry.
1-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-2, so Patrick Baggett stays alive.
A good call from field umpire Nick Kubitsky, keeping the bat in Baggett's hand. Infield right now for the Mammoths, shaded up the middle in a double play depth situation. Outfield as well, they're playing a little bit shallow.
2-2 pitch coming. Bloops it in to left. The Unicorns have something cooking here in the 9th.
Nice swing from Baggett. That ball was low and inside. He drops the barrel to it and pokes it out to left field. That's a great piece of hitting from Patrick. I mean, you got Meyer checking out the runner at first base, and he delivers a ball low and in. I don't know how Baggett picked that ball off of his shoelaces. Nice swing, Patrick, with his first hit of this game, and it's now 2 on with 1 out.
It's not over until it's over. Trevor Austin now with his second at bat.
Austin struck out swinging his first time up against Trey Jones, but most people struck out against Trey Jones as he had 7 in 5 innings.
That one good eye. That one just inside of him. 2-0 on that 86-mile-per-hour fastball.
Beal's going to take a second go out and chat it up with Meyer, but still a long way to go if you're the Unicorns right now. You need 5 total runs and likely going to need to have to bat all the way through your lineup. Alex, over the course of the last several games, we haven't seen more than 7 batters in 1 inning. 7 has been the most that we've seen come to the plate in one single frame over the course of the first 4 games of the year. So it's going to take a couple of walks, maybe a couple clutch swings, a booted ball here or there for them to roll out 9-10 batters in this inning to make sure you tie this game up at 5 or take the lead.
Broken bat. That one off of Meyer, who's going to underhand throw over to Fox Liam. The second time we've seen a broken bat here today. Both runners advance.
That was an unbelievable play from Jacob Meyer. Having the mental fortitude to disregard the broken piece of bat, the shard that's flying directly at you, and he uses his throwing hand to knock the ball down. Instead of a base hit into center field to load him up, he knocks it down, fields his position, and underhand tosses to get Austin. That is an incredible play from a relief pitcher in Jacob Meyer, especially because his body momentum, when he throws a pitch as a lefty, all of his momentum is carrying towards the third baseline. That ground ball was to the right side of second base, left side on your screen, and he was able to repivot his feet and keep that ball in front, knocking it down with the throwing hand. That was impressive.
Especially with the broken bat, too, coming right at him.
Yeah.
We've got a pitch hitter now. CJ Mervelis in for Alex Crump, the man from Brooklyn, New York, and from Alabama A&M University. Trying to keep it going here as this one's grounded to third. This should do it. Seltzer over to Fox Liam, and the Westside Woolly Mammoths get revenge after dropping 2-1 in walk-off fashion Friday night. They win 5-0 over the Utica Unicorns here today, and all four teams are 1-1 after opening weekend.
Great fight from the Woolly Mammoths today, responding after a very tough extra innings loss on opening night, and they put it all together today. Alex Garbasic got it started with a base hit. Anthony Sharkus brought him in the first, and then Trey Cruz, Trey Jones, and Jacob Meyer, the arms for this Mammoths team. This is going to be promising for Westside throughout the rest of this year. They got some great pitchers in both Treys and Jacob, and we got to talk about Nick Pastor, who had an RBI base hit. Anthony Sharkus drove in too as he legged out a base hit, and Jose Cedeno, he also drove one in with a poke to right field. A full, complete win for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, and as you said, everybody tied up one apiece, so when we move into next week, we're going to see who separates themselves from the men and the boys.
Yeah, going to be interesting how everyone was at 1-1. At the beginning of last year, the Hoppers got off to an undefeated start, winning 3 or 4 games to start the year, but now everyone is 1-1. What do you think everyone's going to do here heading into week 2?
I mean, just continue to compete. I mean, these guys are going to keep playing the same game, and the one thing that I can promise everybody is that these bats and these pitchers are going to only get better. I mean, we've seen the Westside Woolly Mammoths, who had 2 hits on Friday. They come together for 9 total hits today, scoring 5 runs. Really nice stuff from Westside. And Utica, they minimize these strikeouts, but they still need to put together the bats a little bit more, and they also used a heavy amount of pitchers, which is also a key to this league. You want all of your pitchers to get in and show their stuff on a daily basis.
How many minutes? So this was going to be was a great game throughout today for the Mammoths, coming back off that Friday night loss and winning here today 5-0 over the Utica Unicorns to wrap up opening weekend of the 2024 USPBL season. That's going to do it for us here this afternoon here at Jimmy John's Field. Our final score here in this one, the Westside Woolly Mammoths 5 and the Utica Unicorns 0. On behalf of everyone here at the USPBL Network, on behalf of our executive producer, Christian Gibbons, our director, Christian Jackson, our camera operators here today, Dominic Menchilla, Tom Charnley, and Shane Sellers, our producer, Vance Harvey, graphics, Matthew Corey, photographer, RJ Carroll, lead baseball analytics executive, Devin Wiles, and my partner, Tom Cowden. I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for doing today's game, and we'll see you next week right here on the USPBL Network. Have a good night.
Play smarter, Woolly Mammoths, gray and white, we're in charge to do With a transforming world, we can see how drastically the world is heading towards automation. And so, we need 24/7 surveillance and security systems for our homes and businesses to avoid any theft or breach of privacy. JARPCOM brings the installation of security cameras to the tip of your fingers with our state-of-the-art mobile app. JARPCOM also provides surveillance monitoring of your entire property with flexible options that offer a dependable solution to be scaled to fit any domestic or commercial need. Contact JARPCOM today for a free estimate at 800-369-0374 or look us up on the web at jarpcom.com.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.